Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Nitsa and thank you for joining me today so I can reveal the project that was the winner from this box here, box number 53. And I will also be giving you the pros and cons as to how I came to my decision whether or not I will be continuing with the subscription. Now, last month we opened up this box together, we saw what was inside, and the most important thing were these beautiful balls of sheepshears yarn. They are anti-pilling acrylic and they are actually 100-gram balls. This is in the color Goes and this one is in the color Brussels. Now this yarn is actually super soft and those of you that may have worked with it will already know that. So the voting began shortly after that, and by the 30th of March, which is almost a month ago because today is Sunday the 27th of April 2025, all your votes came in and I've got them all sitting here. I'll let you know, what each project, how many people voted for which one, and the winning project, which is obviously the one that I made. So before we talk about anything else, we'll talk about, the project itself. Thank you for your patience. It has been a little while, but here we are together today to see it. So the first project, so in total there were 49 votes. So thank you to each and every one of you that always takes the time to vote. I absolutely appreciate it, but also love reading your comments as to your reasons why you choose them. Now the very first project that we had was this beautiful sunshine shawl. So pretty. And this one received 6 votes. The second project is this gorgeous sun tote bag, and this one got 7 votes. And then we had this beautiful purse, Don't Mind the Rain purse, and we got all the hardware to make it as well, which was awesome. And this one got 6 votes. And the last project that we all had to vote from, and we all know who the winner is by now, was this beautiful bouquet of flowers. Now you did have the option to make, I think, 2 or 3 different size vases or a trinket tray. So here's the trinket tray here. And I opted to make the trinket tray. Now, confession time. I did not use this yarn. It was just too beautiful to create something like a vase because he wanted you to triple strand the strands using a 4mm hook. They did provide a 4mm polymer clay hook, which is so pretty, but I did end up using my Clover or more. So what I did, I thought, well, with a 4mm hook, I'm pretty sure that I could use some of this yarn here. It's quite a thick, so it's an XL size cotton, which I had in my stash. So I just pulled out these 3 colors. I was hoping that I would be able to finish it with this, but I ran out, so I used this. And off I went to make the pattern because we did want to know what the pattern was like, first of all. But today, I should have said at the very start, you're going to get 2 for the price of 1 project. So stay tuned. After this one, which is the winning project, I had to make that. I did make something else using this yarn. So I had to... I laughed at myself. I had to frog this trinket little tray twice. Reason being, after the second time, and I actually finished it, I remembered what my mantra is. Remember, these patterns are written in UK terminology. I just dived straight into it using US in my mind. So all the double crochets US terminology should have been double crochets in UK, which is single crochet, but that's okay. Look, it's not perfect, but I'm sure that I'll use it somewhere in the yarn room to put something on it. It is a very big coaster, so I won't be using it for that, but I did manage to make the trinket tray. And then I got excited because we all love, well, I love making flowers, and a few of us do, and I have made flowers in the past, so I thought this is going to be easy peasy. Just crochet them up, put the little stems in because I did provide the wire. And I had never used the flower, this is like the tape. So you actually wrap it around the stem. It is quite tacky and it does tell you that not to worry because it sticks on itself, that overnight pretty much it dries up, which it did do. And the other thing that I wanted to show you guys, because I nearly ripped this lid off, this slides off, this gorgeous little tin, the top slides off. And inside are these beautiful buttons, just refreshing your memory because they're meant to go in the center of the flowers. but I will be keeping these for future projects. So lucky I didn't ruin this little container because it's very, very handy. So let's talk about the flowers itself. Each petal, you start off with the 2 rounds, and then you attach it to the wire for the final round. Now you're meant to bend the wire. It tells us, you know, you bend the wire and connect it, and that's quite a frustrating task in itself. Reason being, you're not exactly sure of how to make it. So I had to leave it open and then try to attach the wire at the back, like so there's no opening. Now, those of you that have worked with hoops or rings, metal rings, and you've attached your crochet like doilies, you know, for the wall and things like that, you would be very familiar how this would work and there wouldn't be an issue. I didn't actually watch the video for the first project, but I wish I had on one hand, but that's okay. They're available there, but I don't think I'll be making this project again. So basically that's what I've done here, guys. The last row, you attach it to the wire and then you wrap around the floral tape around the wire. And then you have to make 8 of these, 8 petals. Then you attach them, put the bud in the middle and somehow display them. Now I did not go ahead and do that because I thought, seeing as I've made flowers before, so let me show you there. They would be very, very pretty. So each one, beg your pardon, has 5 petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. You were meant to make 8 flowers because there were 40 little wires in there. So I thought, you know what, I'm not going to go ahead with this yarn because I just wanted to, this project, because I just wanted to make it because it was the winning project. So I had to honour all those that voted for it. But I really wanted to use the yarn because this yarn is spectacular, guys. If only you could feel it through the video, you would know what I mean. It's so super soft, and being an anti-pilling yarn, I didn't want to make a bag with it or a purse because I will attempt those purses or bag possibly in the future, but I will use cotton yarn or other type ribbon yarn that I have here in my yarn room. So of course I had to make the scarf. So let me show you the scarf. Here it is here. How pretty is that, guys? Now, I haven't finished it because I just did all this last night. I thought I need to get this done. Everyone is waiting, including me. But here it is here. Here's the start of it. And it is actually working up very, very pretty. I'll show it to you up close. Now, I've got stitch markers on the side here because it is a 4-row repeat. And the great thing is that as you work, see, I've got the 2 yarns attached. So basically at the end of each row, you just pull up a loop, or I use a stitch marker. You know I love stitch markers. So that you don't detach the yarn, like you don't cut it off. So there is no sewing in of ends until the very end and the very first one, which is a real bonus. And then when you get to this end, so every second row, you make these little picots, and that's the side of your shawl as well, or your scarf. So it is a 4-row repeat, as I said, and you do 16 of those repeats, and then you do rows 1 to 5 one more time because you want to end on this row here. It is a lovely, lovely pattern. It feels so amazing. I did refer to the video for this one because I just couldn't wrap my head around the way that it was written, the pattern. I'm not saying that it's not well written. I just couldn't understand it. So thankfully, we do have those YouTube tutorials or video tutorials to refer to. And then after watching that, you know, I got the idea very, very quickly, very well put together. And now I'm hoping to finish this. Although I would never have chosen these colors for myself, it is going to be a very nice bright addition to my black attire, you know, my life's uniform for winter. And it's going to be something that I can really enjoy wearing, and it's a bit of a statement piece as well. And also I think that this one would be very nice to wear in autumn and spring as well. So I am going to hopefully have it done before, you know, the winter months kick in, although, you know, here it is autumn in Sydney, Australia at the moment, and we are feeling the chill. So that's the project that I went with in the end that really brought me joy out of this box. There we go there. So thank you to each and every one of you for, being the best cheerleaders, because I have to say that, as I always say, I probably wouldn't have made anything from this box, but I had to use this yarn. So thank you. Now, let's move on to, will I be continuing with the Crochet Society subscription boxes? I've written some pros and cons here for myself and to share with you to help me make that decision. So we're going to start off with the cons, guys. So the cost. Now, usually from memory, I used to pay about 196 Australian dollars, so just under 200 Australian dollars for 3 boxes. They're bi-monthly, so that was over a 6-month period. So I went on the website today to see how much it costs to actually order them, because, with postage having gone up, I thought that, it may have gone up in price. But to my surprise, I could only order 1 box at a time for the subscription, and it was $49.99, so let's say $50, which actually works out to better than what I was paying before. But I don't understand why that was the only offer. There's offers of 1 box, 3, 6 or 12, but this time, or 6, I think the most, 12 months. So I was very surprised at that. Maybe it's because they've got some new boxes and things like that, but still $50. I have got it in my cons side because it is a cost for the box, but I'm surprised that it's less than what I thought. I used to average it at about $70 a box. So maybe that one could be moved across, maybe. Now, I actually put this as a con, although these are beautiful, beautiful polymer clay hooks, and each and every box, they match it up beautifully, and, we have a variety, like I have a variety of hook sizes. I don't actually use polymer clay hooks. So for me, because I am a pencil grip, I don't feel I'm that comfortable with it. Possibly I've said over the past, if you're a knife grip, when you crochet, it might be more suited to you. But for me, I don't use them. I have attempted to, but I never feel that even the front is what I'm used to. I'm generally Clover and More user, but these are not horrible hooks. I just don't use them. So for me, that's a con. Now, the other thing is that I don't always love the yarn. Over the past, I've bought, I don't know how many boxes, maybe 20, 40, at least 40 boxes, and I haven't always loved the yarn. I've liked it most of the time. This one I really like the feel of it, but I wouldn't have chosen these colors, which I guess is one reason why, you buy these boxes as well. But for me, that's a big deal. I don't always love the yarn. Now, from the time that I started my, Coco's Crochet, and I decided to be sharing these boxes with you, that was box number 40. So that's 13 boxes. I have actually made something, as I said earlier, because of you guys. You're the cheerleaders. Otherwise, I don't actually make anything from them. They're just sitting there. So that's another big reason that I have about 20 other boxes just sitting there, and I haven't made anything from them. I've only oohed and ahed when I've opened them, and it was amazing, but I've just packed them away the way that they were. And the other big thing is, I have no more room in this yarn room to actually store them. I've already got limited floor space, and I've got a wall of them behind you. So for now, I'm thinking, wow, what am I going to do? I can't take over any more of the house with my yarn. I love everything in my yarn room, but it has to remain in here. So lack of space is a big one. Now, the next thing I've got here, oh yes, the appeal of that surprise wow factor that I got from, like when I first started to crochet, that was huge for me, because, I was very new at crochet. I hadn't touched so many different fibers, of the yarns, and it was just amazing to receive them each and every month. I had hardly any hooks or notions like stitch markers and things like that. So that appeal of the surprise of every box was amazing. But as I'm now getting closer to the 5-year mark of crocheting, it's not, as strong for me, that feeling anymore. Which also brings me to, I don't have that FOMO anymore, that fear of missing out of what's in each and every box. I'm quite satisfied to watch someone unbox the box and then say, wow, there's some really nice things in there, but I'm okay with not having to have them. So I think that's actually quite lets me breathe a bit more. I think that's awesome that I've come to that revelation. I'm not feeling like I have to have it. And also at one stage I was so worried that my subscription would run out that I'd be in panic mode thinking, when is it next due? So I don't have that FOMO anymore, which is actually very liberating. I don't know what the word is. Like, I just feel like a weight's been lifted. So that's actually amazing for me to know that those cons are very strong, and I feel that they're good reasons to say no. And then I thought, well, let me look at my pros. And the only thing that I could come with is that I can try yarn that's not easily available to me. Doesn't mean that I can't get it. You know, I can go on websites and pay, you know, the postage and what have you, and choose the exact colors that I want. But it does give me an opportunity, and it has been great that over the last couple of years I've been able to try yarns that I probably would never actually have purchased for myself. I've been very lucky that I've been gifted some beautiful yarns in Happy Mail. So maybe I do have that luxury, you know, of being a little bit spoilt and having, you know, a great variety in my yarn room. So the conclusion or the decision was very easy to make, that I will not be purchasing any more subscription boxes for now. You never say never, because, you know, something might come up in the future, maybe a different subscription box that I fall in love with. But for now, I'm quite satisfied to say I'll sit back, let others make the purchases, and, you know, we can enjoy oohing and ahhing over those boxes when we see the reveals. But for now, I've come to that decision. A lot of you did make a suggestion that I continue the series with the past boxes, and that may happen in the near future. But for now, I just want to take a little break from it as well. Have a look at all the boxes that I have, you know, rotate them. So from box 40 to 53, I can push them in the back and put the others in the front. And then we can see how we go down that track. So, you know, if you continue to, you know, want something like that coming, you know, every couple of months, I'm more than happy to do that. But for now, we'll just have a little break. So that's going to be the decision. I'm sticking to it. So thank you, all of you, for helping me make that decision, especially with that last suggestion about, you know, revisiting the older boxes. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Thank you so much for joining me once again, and thank you for your patience. It did come a couple of weeks later than I thought, but there was a lot going on in between, guys. I don't think I will be finishing this little one here, but I might just keep it as a reminder of what, you know, we can achieve if we want to try flowers that way. But I am going to, you know, be using the wire, because I do use it different ways when I make my flowers different ways. Too much different in that sentence. So for now, I hope you're all keeping well, and until I see you all very, very soon, take care, everyone. Bye bye for now.